This is what I do to make sure that leads that book a meeting with me actually show up to my calls. And I'm going to also share a quick nugget on what I plan on doing moving forwards, like to test essentially, to also make sure that they get very impressed on the call as well. So if you've never seen me before, hello, my name is Xavier Caffrey. I'm the founder and CEO of Oneaway. It's essentially a cold email AI agency, right? Now, first thing I do is I went on Calendly, I clicked on workflows, I added a new workflow for when someone doesn't show up. So I'm assuming the worst case scenario, obviously someone doesn't show up, I'm on a call, I'm waiting for them like this, they don't come. I really hate having to send an email right after, even though I know that's the right thing to do. So thankfully Calendly now has a way to do it. You just click on email no-shows, so add workflow. It's very straightforward, very, very straightforward. And then you select the event, right? So for me, it would be discovery call. And then you can edit the message or leave the template that they have. I actually just left the template as is, and you click save, okay? But then what I did also is I have 3 more touch points that happen before an event. One of them happens 24 hours before. Another one happens 2 days before, 48 hours. Another one happens 4 hours before. This is not based on data, to be honest, but like I feel like 3 touch points is enough. I don't want to feel like I'm spamming someone before the call, but I do want to send some touch points just to make sure they know this call is happening. So the 24 hours before the event starts, it's this sample email reminder that Calendly has, just like I slightly edited the text at the end. But the way to do it is you click on new workflow, okay? And then you click on email reminder to invitee, so add workflow. Now this one I definitely think you should customize. You select the event like this. You can pick the time, by the way. It doesn't have to be 24 hours. It could be even days or minutes. You can select exactly when, so before event starts, when it starts, if it gets rescheduled, when it ends, if it gets canceled, and so on. So this is like more custom. And then in here, you can edit the message. And I think like my recommendation is use your own email. Maybe depends on like how big your company is. For me, like we're a team of 10. Our sales department is just essentially me and one other person. So I want this to feel personal. So I keep it as such, and then you click on save. Now, since obviously you're watching the video, I do want to try to give you as much value as I can. So I want to share that the strategy here. So that we'll click on 24 hours. The 24 hours, I like I said, I left it very simple. So I don't mind showing you the copy. I leave exactly the thing that it has. I just make sure that the location is here. And an event date's kind of like a subtle reminder, not just that we're having a call, but like you can click on this to make sure that this is on your calendar. And then I just say, if you have any questions or comments you want to share with me so I can come more prepared for the call, just reply to this email. Cool. It just feels more personal, especially because it's coming from me. And now the last 2 is I'm trying to make sure that they feel appreciated, you know, appreciated, but also I want them to feel something, actually is a better way to put it. So the 2 days before the event happens, I say a gift for booking a meeting with me, and I'm sharing with them a lead magnet that I have, which is 30 cold email frameworks plus real examples from our most successful client campaigns we've ever launched. Some of these helped our clients add millions in to their ACV. Excited to connect on. Ooh, good thing we're doing this. I caught this. There's a mistake here. Event on event date, right? Let's see. There we go. Take care. Done. Right? And again, it comes from me. Invalid variable event dates. Why? Event underscore date. Okay. Let me just do that. Event. Is it 2 underscores? I think it was 2 underscores, right? Let's see. Done. Also no? Man, what the fuck? Does it work like if I do this? There we go. Okay. Okay. Well, good thing I'm making this video, so I caught this. So they get that, and then the last thing they get is 4 hours before the event, they get an email where I'm reminding them about our case studies in case they haven't seen it. So I basically say, hey John, just in case you haven't had a look, if you click here, you'll see that we have 8 video testimonials with full case study breakdown on our page. Wanted to highlight this before our call in case you saw something that resonated with you and you wanted to ask me a question about it. Pumped to chat later today. Take care. Done. So again, the main purpose of this is just to make sure that you're top of mind, that they remember that there's a meeting that's supposed to happen on this day, and then they actually show up to the call. Now, on to the more detailed workflow that I haven't tested out yet. So please, whoever's watching this, like, this is not concrete evidence that this will work, but I want to try it out. So when someone books a meeting with us, we get a webhook, we catch it in Calendly, and then I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of the Clay table. We catch it in Calendly, we catch it in Clay is what I meant to say. So the first step, what we're doing is we're saying, well, if they don't give us their LinkedIn URL in the Q&A when they book a meeting, so let me just show you. Where's our, yeah. So if for some reason they do this or they say no, then I want to try to find their LinkedIn URL because we have their email. So that's what this waterfall is doing, is I can show you a group. It's basically using the work email that we have from Calendly to try to find their LinkedIn profile. Like in this case, for example, actually worked out. That's why I left some of this data here just to show you an example. But in this case, we were able to find the LinkedIn profile. And then here, what this column is essentially saying, first try the LinkedIn URL that they submitted, and if you do not find one, then try the LinkedIn URL that we tried to find through this workflow, right? Okay, then what we're doing is we are enriching the person. If you don't know what that term means, so like if you are new to Clay, this is the first time you watch this kind of video, enriching the person just means you are using the LinkedIn URL that you have of someone, and then you're getting a lot of information about them. And then we're using that information to populate our CRM. So I have a CRM that I built inside of Notion. I really like Notion. It makes my life easier. Contrary to popular belief now, a lot of people are hating on Notion. Okay, so then we have now also from this, which company they work at and the URL of that company, which we will use in a bit. What we're also doing actually, so I should have mentioned this, is we are looking if this lead already exists in our CRM, because if they do, then we're not going to add them. Then what we're doing is based on let me just show you, based on the URL that we have in their current experience, which is obviously the company that they're at, we are enriching the company. So same terminology, we're finding information about the company, so a bunch of information here. And then from that information, I'm just adding the ones that are relevant that I like to track in my CRM. So I can show you if I click on edit column. What I'm adding is the lead name, when they started working at this job, the domain of the company that they're at. Status is obviously meeting booked because it's from Calendly. How big the company is. For now, the AM account manager, this should have been changed to like salesperson, doesn't matter, is me. The source I need to fix. Let me just not talk too much about it, but essentially the source right now is organized in Notion as a tag, and sometimes it just like bugs out. So for now, this actually needs to be fixed, but like it's not the end of the world. So let's just keep going. Deal size for now, everything is 6K per month, so that's why it's set as is. Start date. Did I do that above? Is there two? Oh no, this is first meeting date. Sorry. So the first meeting date is the start time that we get from Calendly, and then start date is the start date of their job. Sorry about that. Email, we have the email. Job title we get from enriching the person. LinkedIn company URL we have from enriching the company. Company name, same thing. LinkedIn URL. And then I'm just adding inside the Notion page the information about the information that they answered from Calendly. Okay? Then, what I just finished building, let me show you. One sec. So let me show you this now automation also that I added. So now I have this automation. Notion added this kind of recently where they have built-in automations. The automation says that when a new page is added, so in this case is in our CRM, and the status is set to meeting booked, because if we go back here, when we're adding the new lead, let me just remind you again. Can I search for it? The status is meeting booked, right? So when that happens, we're saying we want to create a page in another database called internal company task. That's where we manage or we track all of our sales related tasks. And then we're saying build a growth report with Gemini. I'll get to in a moment what that means. Then we're tagging based on the trigger page. So the trigger page here is the page of the lead, right? So if I booked a meeting, this one would be called Xavier Caffrey. Status is not started, obviously, because you have to start, like this is a task. Urgency is quite high because the goal here is I want to really impress the person that books a meeting with us. Due date is the day it was triggered because this should be something that gets done very fast. For now, I'm tagging Hannah for this task, and then I'm also notifying the sales team or the channel in called One Way Sales Team that, hey, and I'm tagging the person that needs to get this done. Can you check this task out and get it done? Once done, please make sure to have the URL of the Gemini chat. Okay, so first, let me simulate what that would look like. So look, if I add a new page here, it adds immediately testing, meeting booked. And then if I go to, this is Hannah, you see a page just got created here and it tags testing because there's a new page in the CRM. And when I open it up, there's also a template that with instructions that says carefully read the intersections. My God. I'll fix it. Instructions below and get this done when you see this. Okay. So now I'll give you a quick also breakdown of what I'm trying to test out, and I'm really curious to see if this works out. So I built this master prompt using Gemini. If I click on this, you'll see it is a big boy prompt. There's a lot happening here. And the idea is that if I just replace the company domain here and here with any domain, it will generate a report. So let's actually try this out right now. So what company should I pick? I want to pick a random company. Actually, we could pick, well, we know what Calendly does, right? Let's pick Calendly. No? Calendly. Let's try this out. So all I have to do is delete this, replace with Calendly, and then I will replace company domain here also with Calendly. And now I'll copy all of this. And the reason why this is not automatable is because I've noticed the most amount of value I get from doing this is when I use the deep research model. Here, I'm going to paste, and I'm going to submit. And Gemini has been my go-to choice as of late. Did I select the right model? Yeah, okay. You don't need, I don't know why. I noticed when I used this one, the 2.5 Pro, the output just wasn't as good. I guess because this one, my best guess is because this one's optimized for math and coding, whereas what I'm trying to accomplish here, and I'll explain what it is as it loads, it's not related to that. So what this is trying to do is it's trying to take, based on the company website and other available online resources, it's trying to create a report of what is the main ICP for this company. It's trying to find out the competitors of this company. It's trying to find out the pain points of the ICP. It's trying to tie it to the solution of the company. And what else is it trying to do? It's trying to also suggest what kind of filters need to be used when building a lead list. And the filters that are added in here are based on the filters that are found in Clay. Okay, so you just have to click Start Search. That's it. And then it's trying to also show you what kind of filters you need to use when building a company profile of the ICP. And then last thing is it also creates some email copy that it thinks is good for this ICP. Now, this will take some time. I don't want to bore you and keep you on here, but what I will do, should have done this before, honestly, but it's fine. I'm going to start a timer. Let me just go quickly, clock, or a stopwatch rather, okay? As you can see here, I'm going to pause just to show you how long it takes and then come back when this is done, okay? Okay, we are back, and I'm not afraid to admit when there's a mistake that's been made, but for whatever reason, when I tried using it with the 2.5 Flash, it actually kept crashing. So I tried 2.5 Pro and it worked. It took longer. So it took, I know this is reversed, but it's 6 minutes and 44 seconds. And this is just layer one. I'll show you what we're going to do. Firstly, Very similar output, by the way, when I've generated examples before with 2.5 Flash. But this is giving you a lot of context about the company, right? So here's giving you a quick introduction about the company, about Calendly. It's explaining to you the target industries. So it looks like SaaS, financial services. It also has, so let's see if we click on here. Yeah, it's showing you based on the content that is scraped, where it's getting it from. Again, in this case, Calendly is a really big company, so if it was a smaller player, it would go on other links and stuff like that. But let me now get to show you. Key points addressed. Okay, that's really good. Slow speed to lead, process friction, high administrative overhead. That's good. That's good. Value prop is accelerate revenue growth. This is the primary value proposition for sales leadership. Calendly helps teams increase sales conversion rate and close more deals by enabling them to connect with qualified leads instantly via routing forms, reducing the sales cycle time. That is true. Let's keep going. There's one section I really want to show you guys. Oh, we have the main competitors. So, okay, I noticed there's definitely, I'm not sure why it included itself in here, but included Doodle, whatever this is. I've never actually heard of it. Like, let's check it out, actually. Let's see. It just looks by the name that, okay. Uh, oh no, it is a scheduler. Okay, cool. I wouldn't actually put this in here. I think this one was a miss, to be honest. Again, that's why I remember I told you I'm still testing this out, so just please bear with me. And then it's giving you a breakdown of who is or what kind of job titles you need. But here's the coolest part that I want to get to. So again, company lead listing strategy. Okay, yeah, like industries to include when you're doing the search. Cool, cool, cool. And then there's also copywriting examples. But now the best part is when you click on create. I had no idea that this is available with Gemini. If you click on web page, you can add your own description. Honestly, if you just let it do its own thing, it does a pretty good job. And click on web page. And I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to reset my timer, and then I'm going to come back when it's done and show you what it creates. Okay. Okay, and we're done. It did it really fast in basically 2 minutes. And this is what you get. Like, I actually find this incredible. I really had no idea Gemini can do this. Check this out. Okay, we should still be good. So now it visualizes the oh, wait, I have not seen this. Click a pinpoint and left to see the solution. Wow, that's actually really cool. Okay. Every time I click on create a web page, it does something different, to be honest. Um, but now, the reason why I want to add this into our workflow is because we can present this on a call. Oh, this is also the emails that I generated. So email one, question about your speed to lead. What's the cost of a 24-hour delay when scheduling a demo with one of your highest intent leads? I actually think this is pretty good. Like the first line of the email should always be about them. I would have preferred if there was an observation, but obviously the point of this is to give you direction. It's not supposed to be the end product. I don't think AI can do the end product yet, but this is a really good step towards the right direction. And you can even see here it's telling you which personas it's targeting, which is super cool. And you can alter this. Like you can tell it to make changes. So for example, because I checked, let's actually try this out. I really hope this works. I don't get proven like I'm an idiot. But Acuity Scheduling, I think that was the one that it doesn't feel like it's a competitor. I'm gonna say, I don't think Acuity Scheduling is a competitor. I think a better option here would have been, I think it's, again, just because I know this, Chili Piper, but Chili Piper, like meeting, this one, yeah. But I'm actually, you know what? Let's assume that I don't know what it is. Assume that I just saw it and I'm like, this doesn't seem like it's the right fit. I'm gonna ask it, can you double check your research and find a better competitor that someone from Calendly would relate to? Ideally, another scheduling tool that is mostly used by people working at a B2B company. You can post this HTML would be a link, which is really cool. You can just send this, and on the call, you can say, hey, let's say, hey, John, appreciate you for taking the time to book a call with me here. So I wanted to show up prepared for the call. So I made you this presentation. Can I share my screen? They say yes. And then boom, you show them something like this. That's really cool. Because I feel like right now, we live in an age when the less more important. Because like that. I realized the irony in me saying this because I used AI in this entire video, but there isn't some manual element that happened here, right? Like I had to come in here, I had to click on run, I have to showcase this, make some edits here back and forth now. Because what I notice, at least for maybe my business, but I'm willing to bet for most people's businesses, because the client fulfillment or the product is so commoditized, like you have to ask yourself, what else can I do to earn someone's business? This idea came to life. I really wanted to earn someone's business. I wanted to show them that I went kind of like the extra mile, right? So I'm excited to try this out. I can report back with results, hopefully like reactions, because I record all of my calls from potential clients, and I'll let you guys know if this worked out or not. But for now, this is the workflow, and here's the interactive. Let's see, it's still spinning. But this can improve people showing up on my meetings, and also how I can hopefully improve close rate by having kind of like this really detailed report, but like in a like visualized report to showcase. Let me see, and here's the updated version. Let's see if we click on this. I'm gonna pause again because I want to show you guys the updated version, and then I'll wrap up the video. So okay, just 1 second. Okay, I swear to God, I know I paused, but like I could show you, like I didn't change anything. It actually found Chili Piper. That's hilarious because that's what I was like talking about. That's crazy. So yeah, guys, this is really cool. Like, it's setting this up also, by the way, with GitHub is really easy. I'm not gonna talk about it on this video. But yeah, imagine like you show up on a call, book meeting, the other person's just like, yeah, whatever, let me see what these guys are about. And I'm like, hey, look what I have. And even though I didn't make this, you can like, I can even like, showcase the Wi-Fi here. I could say, yo, just so you know, I can't believe I just said yo. I could be like, hey, just so you know, when you booked the meeting, we had this thing that triggered this thing, and then a task was created, and then I spent like 10, 15 minutes. The information here is quite accurate, whatever. It's pretty cool. Again, and you can adjust things. Like this, for example, annual revenue 50 million. Hell no. Like you do not need to have 50 million. You can just adjust it. Even the aesthetics, because this is what's happening in the back end. You can adjust it. If you want to go deeper, you can copy the code and then you can paste it in Lovable to make it even like more attractive. And I think at least for me, for my price point, because I'm charging 6K per month and I'm aiming to charge more, we do have some clients are even paying us more than that right now. It's worth the effort, Even if I spend another hour adjusting this and I show up on a call, you'd think other people are doing this. You'd think you watching this, you run your agency, you probably are not doing something like this, And if you are, honestly, like, cool, like, make a video, let me know. I want to see. I really like this. It's so cool. Oh, wait, I forgot. There's one more thing. If you click on Add Gemini Features, this is not the best, I'm gonna be honest. It's almost always a miss. But the fact that we're like getting to the point where this is done is really cool. So what this means, apply Gemini Features, to add an interactive element where you can make an API call, and then kind of like, I bet you it's gonna be in the copywriting. It almost always does it when I try to run this example. In the copywriting section, it'll be like generate another subject line, which is yo, stop. Yeah, scroll up. What's going on? Dynamic sales in the competitive landscape. I'm adding. Okay. Okay, so it's still cooking up. Oh my God, another pause. Let me pause and come back, guys. Okay, let's see. Landscape. Actionable sales battle card on the fly, complete with rebuttals to common objections. I see. Strengths to highlight and key questions to ask. Actually, we're making them. You say, Chili Piper is better for automatically routing inbound leads from our website. You say, while Chili Piper focuses narrowly on inbound routing, Calendly provides powerful, easily configurable routing and scheduling solutions that scale across your entire organizations. Chili Piper integrates tightly with Salesforce. Chili Piper has CRM tie-ins, yes. Calendly offers robust, seamless CRM integrations too, but crucially, it provides a far more intuitive and flexible scheduling experience for your entire team. Okay? I mean, not like I told you, it's super in buying committee. Where is this? Probably somewhere at the top, no? Buying committee, all right. So I can do a deeper insight. Let's do deeper insight for head of sales. Again, I'm showing you this. I'll repeat it one. Is that this is the solution? The kid right now is not exploring that this is possible. This is really cool to see. So I'm learning other things we can now do to kill it on the call. I think this if you're interested in it by using the prompt engineered gem, and this gem is, let me show you. It has the prompt engineering Google PDF that Google released themselves on how to engineer Gemini. And then what I did is I started an expert Google prompt engineer. But then I kept prompting the prompt engineer on how can I make the prompt better, on how to make other prompts better. This is so meta, but I hope you're you're with me. And then this is the output that I generated after I think 4 iterations. In the this out, this kind of I'll see in the description, but definitely as long as